What if I told you there's one number that predicts how long you'll live better than almost any other health marker? A single measurement that separates the energetic from the exhausted, the vibrant from the vulnerable. It's not your weight, not your cholesterol, and it's not even your resting heart rate. It's called VO2 max. And the difference between having an average level versus an optimal level could literally add decades to your life. Elite athletes obsess over it. Longevity researchers consider it the gold standard of health, yet most people have never even heard of it. Today, you're going to discover 3 shocking benefits of having a high VO2 max that go way beyond just running faster. The third one is going to completely change how you think about aging. Stick around because what you're about to learn might be the most important health information you hear all year. Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most powerful yet overlooked indicators of human health and performance. We're about to embark on a journey that will reveal why VO2 max isn't just for athletes, but for anyone who wants to live longer, think clearer, and maintain independence well into old age. Prepare to discover the scientific secrets that separate those who thrive in their later years from those who merely survive. We're going beyond the basic fitness talk and getting into the real mechanisms that make a high VO2 max absolutely transformative for your body and brain. Get ready to see your cardio workouts in a completely different light. Let's dive in. Before we explore the benefits, let's quickly understand what VO2 max actually means. VO2 max is the maximum amount of oxygen your body can utilize during intense exercise, measured in milliliters per kilogram of body weight per minute. Think of it as your body's engine capacity. A car with a bigger, more efficient engine can perform better, and the same principle applies to your cardiovascular system. When you have a high VO2 max, your heart pumps more blood with each beat, your lungs extract oxygen more efficiently, and your muscles use that oxygen more effectively to produce energy. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The average VO2 max for a sedentary man in his 30s might be around 35 to 40, while an elite endurance athlete could have a VO2 max of 70 or even 80. But you don't need to be an Olympian to reap incredible benefits. Moving from average to above average, say from 42, 55 creates profound changes in your body that most people never experience. The first benefit of having a high VO2 max is dramatically increased longevity and reduced risk of all-cause mortality. This isn't just theory, this is backed by massive research studies. A landmark study, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, followed over 120,000 patients and found that higher cardiorespiratory fitness was associated with significantly lower mortality risk at every age. But here's the shocking part. The difference between the lowest fitness group and the highest fitness group was staggering, with the fittest individuals having up to 5 times lower risk of death compared to the least fit. Even more impressive, there was no upper limit to the benefit. The higher the VO2 max, the better the outcomes, with no plateau effect. People with elite-level fitness had the best survival rates, period. When your VO2 max is high, your cardiovascular system operates efficiently, reducing strain on your heart, lowering blood pressure naturally, and improving your body's ability to clear metabolic waste products. Your blood vessels remain flexible and healthy, your inflammation markers drop, and your body becomes remarkably resilient against the diseases that kill most people: heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even certain cancers. The difference between someone with a VO2 max of 35 versus someone with 55 could literally mean the difference between dying at 70 versus thriving at 90. Now think about this for a moment. What if improving one aspect of your fitness could give you an extra decade or 2 of healthy life? Would that change your priorities? The second transformative benefit of high VO2 max is enhanced cognitive function and protection against brain aging. Your brain is an energy-hungry organ, consuming about 20% of your body's oxygen despite being only 2% of your body weight. When you have a high VO2 max, you're essentially giving your brain a premium fuel delivery system. Research from the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center showed that higher cardiorespiratory fitness is associated with better memory, faster processing speed, and improved executive function across all age groups. But the effects become even more dramatic as we age. Studies using brain imaging have revealed that people with higher VO2 max have greater brain volume, particularly in the hippocampus, the region critical for memory formation that typically shrinks with age. They also show more robust white matter integrity, meaning the connections between different brain regions remain strong and efficient. Here's something truly remarkable. A study following individuals over 25 years found that those who maintained higher cardiovascular fitness in midlife had significantly lower rates of dementia and Alzheimer's disease decades later. The mechanism is fascinating. When you exercise intensely enough to challenge your VO2 max, you increase blood flow to the brain, stimulate the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which acts like fertilizer for brain cells, reduce inflammation that damages neural tissue, and promote the growth of new blood vessels in the brain. People with high VO2 max literally have younger, more resilient brains. They think faster, remember better, and maintain mental sharpness that others lose. The difference between average and optimal VO2 max could mean the difference between enjoying your grandchildren's achievements versus forgetting their names. Comment now. Have you noticed a connection between your fitness level and your mental clarity? Share your experience below. The third benefit, and perhaps the most underappreciated, is the dramatic improvement in metabolic health and body composition. High VO2 max creates a metabolic environment that's fundamentally different from average fitness. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, multiply and become more efficient. You essentially build more engines inside each cell, and those engines run cleaner and more effectively. This has enormous implications. First, your insulin sensitivity improves dramatically. Your muscles become hungry for glucose, pulling it out of your bloodstream efficiently without requiring excessive insulin. This protects you against type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Studies show that improving VO2 max by just 10% can reduce diabetes risk by up to 20%. Second, your body becomes exceptional at burning fat for fuel. When you have high aerobic capacity, your body develops extensive capillary networks in your muscles and enhances fat-oxidizing enzymes. Even at rest, you're burning a higher percentage of calories from fat stores rather than relying constantly on carbohydrates. This isn't about vanity, though the aesthetic benefits are real. It's about metabolic flexibility, the ability to efficiently use whatever fuel source is available. Third, and this is crucial as we age, high VO2 max helps preserve lean muscle mass. The improved circulation delivers more nutrients and oxygen to muscles. The hormonal environment becomes more favorable for maintaining muscle, and the enhanced mitochondrial function keeps muscle cells healthy and functional. This matters tremendously because muscle loss, sarcopenia, is one of the primary drivers of frailty and loss of independence in older adults. People with high VO2 max maintain their strength, their balance, and their ability to live independently far longer than their sedentary peers. The metabolic advantages extend to inflammation as well. Chronic low-grade inflammation is the root cause of most age-related diseases, and higher cardiorespiratory fitness is associated with lower inflammatory markers throughout the body. Your immune system functions better, your tissues repair more efficiently, and your entire physiology operates in a more youthful state. Think about this. Would you trade 30 minutes of intense exercise 3 times a week for decades of metabolic health and independence? Now here's something most people don't realize about VO2 max. It's not fixed. You're not stuck with whatever genetics gave you. While there is certainly a genetic component that determines your ceiling, the difference between untrained and well-trained can be massive. Someone who's sedentary can often improve their VO2 max by 20 to 30% or more with proper training. The key is incorporating high-intensity interval training, sustained aerobic efforts at challenging paces, and progressive overload over time. You don't need to become a marathon runner, but you do need to regularly push your cardiovascular system beyond its comfort zone. The beautiful thing is that improvements come relatively quickly. Within just 8 to 12 weeks of consistent training, you can see measurable increases in VO2 max and start experiencing the benefits we've discussed. You've just discovered 3 life-changing benefits of having a high VO2 max. Dramatically increased longevity with up to 5 times lower mortality risk, enhanced cognitive function and protection against dementia that keeps your brain young and sharp, and superior metabolic health that helps you maintain lean muscle, burn fat efficiently, and stay independent as you age. The difference between average and optimal isn't subtle. It's the difference between merely existing in your later years and truly living with vitality, clarity, and strength. This isn't about athletic performance, it's about building a body and brain that can carry you through a long, healthy, active life. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you accept average, or will you pursue optimal? If you're ready to take your health to the next level, click the video on your screen right now where we break down the exact training protocols to maximize your VO2 max in the shortest time possible. Leave a comment telling me what your current fitness level is and what's holding you back from improving it. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button so we can continue exploring the science of longevity and peak performance together. Remember, your VO2 max isn't just a number, it's a predictor of your future. What does yours say about where you're headed?